Washington Redskins preseason football is brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. By FanDuel, try a one-week fantasy football league on FanDuel today. Go to FanDuel.com for your free account now. By Honda, it's Summer Spectacular event going on now at your local Honda dealer. Don't settle for less than a Honda. And by Ticketmaster, the official ticketing partner of the Washington Redskins. Back at FedEx Field, Redskins and Denver Broncos. Time now for our Geico What to Watch For over the next 15 minutes. Down to Clinton Portis. Clinton.
It's no secret what I'm watching for. 2-6 first carry. How will it be? Will it be better than the original 2-6 or the new 2-6? If he goes over 70 yards, I take my hat off to him. But no, I'm really excited to see what AP brings to the table. I think he's going to be great for this running backs room. I think the guys can learn a lot from him. I want to see how they use him tonight and how they use him going forward. I think he has an opportunity and something left in the tank. Let's see.
All right, thanks, Clinton. Geico, 15 minutes to save you 15% or more on car insurance. Redskins won the toss, elect to receive. It's Greg Stroman on the return, out across the 20-yard line as Alex Smith leads the Redskins offense out onto the field. 10 plays against the Jets, Joe. Last week, Redskins came away with 3 points.
He got banged around on the first pass play, which is good. You like to get hit, not too hard, just to sort of get the cobwebs out and got started. Handed off 4 times, run out of the gun. Most teams run probably 50% of their offense out of the run out of the gun now.
So the Redskins start from the 20-yard line. Adrian Peterson in the backfield, wearing number 26, and he takes the handoff from Smith. Goes up the middle, out across the 25 to the 27. Gain of 7 on his first carry as a member of the Washington Redskins.
He just has to be so happy to get his hands on the ball, being healthy again. Watch the explosion. He sees the hole, he runs a little high, but then all of a sudden there's that churning of the legs and that extra effort that we see all the time. Good job up front by Chase Roulier, the center, Brandon Sheriff, the right guard.
Second down and 3 from the 27-yard line. 3 receivers set. Doxson split wide to the left. Smith pulls it in. Could not find anyone downfield. And down he goes. Adam Gotsis in his 3rd season out of Georgia Tech with the sack of Alex Smith. Lineups brought to you by Bud Light, game day's favorite light lager. And this is what we expect it to look like week 1 of the regular season.
This is what you'd hope it would look like. They haven't had a chance to play all together. Adrian starting tonight. Vernon Davis, to me, has been an MVP of this football team because he's filled in for Jordan Reed so well. Josh Doxson, again, a different type of a football player, more explosive, more confident.
Redskins with their starting offensive line to begin this game tonight. 3rd down and 8 following the sack. Smith rolling right, directing traffic. Now he fires. Vernon Davis unable to hang on, so the Redskins will punt it away.
And that's the one thing that everybody talked about that Alex may have a little bit more of than Kirk Cousins. His ability to escape the pocket, keep his eyes down the field, and make a play on the run. That time he hits Vernon Davis right between the 8 and the 5, and he couldn't come up with it.
That's Isaiah McKenzie back deep. He has a 78-yard punt return touchdown during his preseason. Tress Way waiting back at his 8-yard line. Just underway from FedEx Field, preseason game number 3. Redskins have split the first 2. Broncos have lost each of their first 2 to the Vikings and the Bears. What a kick. And it will be down by McKenzie at the 14-yard line. So
after it hits the foot of a Bronco, this is something where you just have to yell the guys away. So he's trying to yell. He said, look out, look out, look out. Why? It hits him in the foot. Actually, yep.
There it is.
Hitting the heel. Danny Johnson's right there, but they don't react quite quick enough. McKenzie makes the really smart play.
64-yard punt by Way. McKenzie in his 2nd season out of Georgia fell on it. Ball spotted at the 16-yard line. Case Keenum At the helm for the Broncos, Devontae Booker takes the handoff from Keenum, able to spin ahead for about a yard. Booker led the Broncos in rushing 2 seasons ago. Keenan, of course, big free agent contract, 2 years, $36 million after he led the Vikings to the NFC Championship game last January.
If somebody showed you those numbers, 67+%, a 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, you'd say to yourself, the guy has to be the starter next year. Well, he not only wasn't the starter, he was asked out of the franchise. So Minnesota's moved on, and I was talking to John Elway before the game. He's thrilled to have him.
Keenum replaced, of course, in Minnesota by Kirk Cousins. This is the tight end, Jeff Hireman. Hireman, number 1 on the depth chart at the tight end position for the Broncos. Here is what they expect their offense to look like. Week 1 brought to you by Bud Light, game day's favorite light lager.
Devon Booker, they're expecting a lot out of him. Emmanuel Sanders, Demarius Thomas, both veterans.
Thomas split wide to the right. A senior member of this Broncos squad. Keenum out of the shotgun, 3rd down and 3. Split backs. And they keep it on the ground with Booker. And Devontae Booker able to pick up a Denver 1st down.
Redskins defense has to be an improved area up front. Deron Payne makes a world of difference. Matt Ioannidis hasn't played much because he's injured. Jonathan Allen, we've seen flashes of greatness out of him. Preston Smith in a contract year, the 2 guys inside, and of course Ryan Kerrigan has been the man on that defense for the last 3-4 years. Josh Norman, again, expected to have a terrific year.
New set of downs for the Broncos. This is Royce Freeman. And Freeman is wrapped up just shy of the 30-yard line by Deron Payne.
He is such a difficult person to block. We see him move inside. Watch him move laterally. He penetrates, he moves laterally, and then he makes the play. And once he stops somebody, you're not leaning forward, you're coming back. He's right in the middle. Just continues to slide, slide, slide. Passes the center off, makes the tackle.
1st round pick, 13th overall out of Alabama. 2nd down and 7. Up the middle, it's Freeman, 3rd round pick out of Oregon. Ducks all-time leading rusher. Payne in on the tackle along with Jonathan Allen.
When you're in a preseason situation, there's certain things that you want to look at. I guarantee you Vance Joseph, the head coach of the Denver Broncos, wants to see if they can actually knock people off the ball and run the football. That makes quarterbacking so much easier when you have the ability to dictate down and distance. 3rd and 3s, a lot more manageable than 3rd and 9s.
Philip Lindsay in the backfield. 3rd down and 3. Keenum looking for Lindsay, who makes the catch for a 1st down out across midfield before he was brought down by Monte Nicholson. So the rookie out of Colorado gains 17 yards on the play.
What you're doing is you're asking Preston Smith, 94, to cover a back out of the backfield. He takes 1 step the wrong way. As soon as he takes that step, Lindsay is off and running down the sidelines. Monte Nicholson coming up. Probably going to be the starting safety next to DJ Swearinger.
Nicholson started 6 games last year before dealing with concussion issues. Keenum with time, steps up, and now throws, and the catch is made. Looks like 1st down yardage for Cortland Sutton, the rookie 2nd round pick out of SMU.
They have high hopes for Cortland Sutton. Big guy, 6'4". Watch him continue to work. He starts all the way on the right side. Now he does the right thing. He starts working back to the quarterback. Very important you do that. A lot of time for Case Keenum that time.
So another 1st down for the Denver Broncos, who lost their opener to the Vikings 42-28. 1-point defeat to the Bears in their 2nd game, 24-23. On 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Pass incomplete, intended for the 2-time Pro Bowler Emmanuel Sanders, with Quentin Dunbar defending.
Everything I hear out of Denver, Emmanuel Sanders has had himself a great camp. He liked the last game they played against the Bears. Vance Joseph said, we want to feature you. We want you to be the guy. And Bill Musgrave said the same thing, their offensive coordinator. And he likes to hear that. Guys like to basically know that it's on them to perform.
Ziggy Hood, Phil Taylor, Anthony Lanier up front now for the Redskins. 2nd down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Keenan throws near side. It's Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders out of bounds at the 32. Dunbar forced him out, so the Broncos now staring at a 3rd down and 4.
He got Quentin turned around, squared up, went inside, and snapped it off outside. That's the Redskins starting defense, except for 1 or 2 players out on the field right now. Offensively, they've got a lot of guys that aren't playing. Defensively, almost everyone in that unit is a starter.
10th play of the drive for Denver. Empty backfield. 3rd down and 4. Broncos must get to the 28. As Keenan throws, broken up. Tremendous defensive play made by Fabian Moreau. Pass was intended for Emmanuel Sanders.
Fabian Moreau last year was moved around to a lot of different positions. This year, they're just going to let him play the nickel corner. Look at the recovery speed. I mean, Emmanuel's wide open. And you see his ability to burst and get a hand on the ball.
So the Broncos send out the field goal unit. 50-yard attempt for Brandon McManus, who is 2 for 2 during this preseason. Marquette King, the former Raider, places it down. And the kick by McManus is good. So the Broncos strike first here at FedEx Field. But they are held to 3 on their first possession. Preseason game number 3 for the Washington Redskins. Broncos out to a 3-0 lead. When you bring your group of 10 or more to a game this season, you'll save big on the price of each ticket. Get access to incredible pre- and post-game experiences. Have the ability to see your group's name in lights and so much more. Visit redskins.com/group tickets to learn about all of the cool things you can do at a Redskins game. Call 301-276-6800 now to get pregame field access or a postgame photo op with your qualified group purchase. 3-0 Broncos. Johnson and Stroman, a pair of rookies back deep. Johnson takes a knee. So the Redskins will start at their 25-yard line as Adrian Peterson heads back out onto the field with the Skins offense.
We take a look at his journey. Averaged 4.9 yards, 97 touchdowns in Minnesota, 7 Pro Bowls, 4 games in New Orleans. Really didn't fit in. It was part of a 3-back rotation. And then just 6 games in Arizona before he got hurt. 2 touchdowns. Started out like a house on fire. And then sort of leveled out as the year went on. They got injured. And now here he is in a Redskin uniform, filling a very, very big void in the backfield for the Washington Redskins.
Running behind the starting offensive line, Williams, Laval, Roulier, Sheriff, and Moses. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. It's Peterson. And he's bottled up. Gains about a half-yard on the play.
I think he's still got a really quick step. As he moves to the left, you watch him put his foot in the ground and just plant and go up. He's not trying to outrun anybody. He lowers his shoulder. And the other thing is you want to check and make sure how well he continues to protect the football. Not known as a fumbler. Runs with a lot of power. Runs angry. But yet doesn't put the ball on the ground.
Second down and 10. From the 25-yard line. It's Peterson again. Cuts upfield and has a first down. Adrian Peterson gains 13 out to the 38-yard line.
What a nice job by Trent Williams on the left side and Shane Laval. Look at that left side move. Get out front, run him out, give him an opportunity, and then it's 1 foot in the ground, turn it upfield, and pick up the first down. They're not going to try and be elusive. He's just going to lower his shoulders and go forward.
20 yards on his first 3 carries. 7, 0, and 13. It's Peterson again. Bit of a stutter step. Gains a yard out to the 39. Justin Simmons made the tackle.
They are Trent Williams and Adrian Peterson teammates as Sooners. 1,012 yards. He's had 1,000 yards like every year. You just turn around. It's Adrian Peterson, 1,000 yards. 1,000 yards here, 1,000 yards there. Harder to do it in this day and age with the rotations back so much.
And in 2012, over 2,000 yards.
97, I think.
NFL most valuable player that season. Here he is once again, tripped up. Forces his way across the 40-yard line. Von Miller made the tackle, and out come the flags have been thrown.
This could be the new helmet rule. It's a possibility of it.
Walt Coleman, our referee tonight.
Could be on Adrian Peterson.
Personal foul, lowering the head and making contact. Number 51, defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. First down.
So it's on 51, the linebacker for the Broncos, Todd Davis.
Boy, you're asking guys to really change habits that they've developed over 10, 12, 15 years.
From the Broncos 45, here's Peterson, cuts to the outside, inside the 40 to the 39-yard line of the Broncos.
Wow, what a great move, but I want to go back to the play before on the penalty. Watch Adrian Peterson put his head down, coming forward, right? There he goes, going forward. His head is down, initiating contact with the tackler. Now there comes the late hit. Basically, it's a late hit. Remember, the rule states that an offensive player and a defensive player, both of them are treated the same way when it comes to lowering your helmet and driving into someone. That was just a late hit.
Redskins have run 8 plays, 6 carries for Peterson. He's gained 28 yards. Movement prior to the snap.
That'd be defense offside.
Neutral zone infraction, number 99, defense. 5-yard penalty and a first down.
That's on Gotsis. Automatic first down for the Redskins.
Second-round pick out of Georgia Tech. I've been extremely impressed with Adrian Peterson in the first 2 series, especially this one.
Redskins losing Darius Geis, Samaje Perine, 2 injuries. Chris Thompson working his way back. Peterson signed this week. This is Peterson once again up the middle. Spins down to the 31-yard line.
Now, keep in mind, Kenny, he has had basically 2.5 days in this system. It's not like he's a guy that's been in camp for 3 or 4 weeks. He's had 2.5 days to be able to process the information that you need to be able to figure out where you're going, and to be able to do what he's doing is really quite amazing.
First quarter, 1st and 10 line, brought to you by Inova, the official health system of the Washington Redskins. Learn more at Inova.org. Inova, join the future of health. Here's Peterson down to the 27-yard line of the Broncos. We ask 126 about the other. Clinton, what do you think so far?
I think he's looked great up to this point. But people fail to realize it's his burst, and that's been missing out of the running back position for the Redskins. When you look at his burst, that 0 to 60 has been great. I mean, he looks like he's a young AP right now. So when you look at him, and I know you guys were talking about dropping your head, at the running back position, you're taught to run with your head down. How can you not lower your head as a running back? You don't want anyone to get underneath your chin strap, so he's going to continue to lower his head.
I agree with you, AP. It's just, you know, the way the rule's going to be interpreted.
And it will certainly be adjustment for those backs. Smith was hit as he got rid of the football. And now the Redskins facing a fourth down.
I think Jay might go for it here on 4th down.
Looks like he will.
Now, Alex has got time. The secondary just does a really good job of giving him no place to go with the football, and he winds up stepping up in the pocket. I like this.
Tressway and Dustin Hopkins started out onto the field. They were called back.
See more and more coaches. Saw the Eagles do it last night in that low-scoring game where the relievers managed to hold on for the Browns in a 5-0 game.
4th down and 3. Smith to the outside. Vernon Davis
Going to be short.
marked just short. Former teammates in San Francisco, Smith and Davis. But Davis was stopped just shy of the marker.
A little bit of confusion. Vernon just doesn't quite get up the field. A nice job, nice tackle.
So the Redskins stopped on 4th down. Broncos lead 3-0. Welcome back. Late first quarter. Broncos lead 3-0. Check out our Twitter ticker presented by Virginia Lottery, proud sponsor of the Washington Redskins. Tweet at Redskins with hashtag HTTR or hashtag DEN versus WAS to join the conversation.
Everything's about Adrian Peterson, and it should be. He's shown burst. He's shown speed. You know, I like what Clinton, you know, has observed is that little bit of a quick move outside. And he's right, when it comes to a running back, you put your head down, you get as much as you can. It'll be interesting to see the way the officials call the game that with the running backs.
Keenum and the Broncos start from the 25-yard line. And that pass sails incomplete, intended for Demarius Thomas.
We've seen Daron Payne run down the line, but now watch him get his hands up. He sees what's happening. He really makes case Keenum change his delivery and bring it inside. He is so well coached. I mean, all the little things, the power. The only thing everybody says is you got to be careful. He can't get too heavy. I don't see him getting too heavy. I just see him getting better and better.
Keenum on 2nd and 10. And the catch is made by Cortland Sutton. 2,000-yard seasons at SMU. Sutton gains 27 at a Broncos first down.
That's what happens when you're 6'4". He just goes up. Josh Norman's in excellent position. Ball is thrown behind him. Cortland goes up and makes the play, and Josh drags him out of bounds.
So the Broncos cross midfield, 1st and 10 from the Redskins 48. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Keenum to the outside, and he finds Thomas. Demarius Thomas picks up another Broncos first down, gain of 13.
Once again out in front of Josh Norman. A little play action pass that time. Case Keenum looks like he's picked up right where he was a year ago when he played in Minnesota. Very sharp, very quick, very decisive with his passes.
Keenum 6 for 9, 80 yards here in the first quarter. From the 35 on the toss, it's Philip Lindsay. And he was met initially by Fabian Moreau. Well, Joe, you've been talking about Daron Payne, the Redskins' outstanding rookie out of Alabama. What are his goals for the upcoming season?
I just want to compete every day and just get better every single day. So I really just want to get a good grasp on the playbook and just come in and dominate and just be the best football player I can be. I know I'm real good at stopping the run, but I think I got a little pass rush to me.
I think he's got a little pass rush to him as well.
Just a little bit.
Yep. You know, he and Jonathan Allen playing together down there at Alabama. I mean, it's just, you know, you see these two guys work together. You look at their work ethic, and you understand why Alabama's defense is as good as it is.
2nd down and 9 from the Redskins 34. Penalty flag is thrown. Hireman, the intended receiver, Dunbar on the coverage. It's against the Redskins.
It's probably going to be against Quentin Dunbar.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 23, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Tell you, the Redskins defense, Kenny, is getting a lot of time on the field. I mean, this is a get in shape 2 drives that they've had to try and stop. Not that Greg Minuski wants to see his football team out there that long, but the one thing they are is working on their conditioning. That's a look of I'm not happy.
Broncos empty the backfield. 1st and 10 from the Washington 29. Keenum complete at the 23-yard line. The tight end Jake Butt out of the University of Michigan. Rookie Spotlight presented by Inova Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine center, partner, and provider of the Washington Redskins.
He was just a force to reckon with in the middle of that Alabama defense. I mean, just makes people miss. Quick hands, great quickness inside, and just loves the game. He's all ball. That's the way everybody describes it. It's all ball.
2nd down and 5 up the middle. It's Freeman still going. He's in. Touchdown, Royce Freeman.
They feel like Royce Freeman could be that impact guy, 3rd-round pick. That interior of the Broncos line, they step up, take them on, get the linebackers blocked. Took out both inside backers and created the gap up the middle for the pretty easy score.
So the Broncos have scored on each of their first 2 possessions. Lead the Redskins 10-0, a 6-play, 75-yard drive. Royce Freeman took the handoff from Keenum, 24 yards into the end zone. 10-0 Denver. Season tickets are available to the public for the first time in years, available for as low as $76 per game. Season tickets now come with incredible new benefits, preferred concession pricing, access to new and exclusive spaces like the all-new Fan Pavilion in the West End Zone, digital enhancements in the improved Redskins app. Go online, redskins.com today, and secure your seats now. Regular season just around the corner. A lot of excitement here in Washington. This is Strowman on the return. And he will be stopped shy of the 15-yard line at the 12.
Yeah, you're going to learn on a return. Once you stop, they stop you in a hurry as well. Danny Johnson looking like he's nicked up a little bit coming off the field.
33 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Now this is one of those drives where Jay Gruden wants to see something out of his offense. Adrian's done a good job doing what he's supposed to do as a running back. Now they have to start converting 3rd downs and get the ball down the field.
Capri Bibbs, a former Bronco in the backfield. Redskins start from their 13-yard line of their 3rd offensive possession. Off the hands of Bibbs out of the backfield.
Alex just looks a little bit out of sync tonight. A little bit high, throws out to the flat, just a little bit high, out in front of him, just a hair.
Smith has completed only 1 of 4 so far in this quarter.
He's been sacked.
Second down and 10. Bibbs set up to the right of Alex Smith. Smith fires, looking for Vernon Davis. Incomplete.
Vernon Davis has had a terrific camp. Obviously, Jordan Reed hasn't practiced a whole lot. He's starting to get back into shape. Vernon Davis just continues to come every day to work. Left side of the screen, little corner route. Alex steps up, leads him out a little bit far. Vernon set the angle a little bit higher and will wind up with the incompletion.
Vernon Davis won a Super Bowl with the Broncos. Now 3rd down and 10. Redskins must get to the 23 for a 1st down. Smith throws, broken up again, looking for Davis. It was DeMonte Thomas in his 2nd season out of Michigan who got a piece of it.
Broncos secondary has done a good job covering the Redskin receivers, not giving Alex Smith much of a window to be able to get the ball into. Here comes Mr. Powerful Leg.
64-yard punt earlier.
45-7 average.
McKenzie is deep for the Broncos. Fair catch called for by McKenzie at the 40-yard line. Setting up good field position for the Broncos, who lead 10-0. 13 seconds remaining in the first quarter. A 47-yard punt by Tress Way.
You know, Kenny, everybody talks about the third preseason game being the dress rehearsal to get the starters out there, to get them in condition. And this is oddly enough about the time when training camp preseason gets really monotonous. I mean, that's why you sort of look forward to this game, because you're going to play a lot more football. You're going to sort of get in the groove. You're going to go through warm-ups. You're going to go through all those things that you do to get ready for a game. But it wears on you a little bit. I sense the Redskins not having the pop they had last week.
This is Booker on first down across midfield. A flag at the end of the play as Booker gains 15.
Holding, number 61, offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Well, it's coming back. Max Paradis, the center, who has not missed a snap, Joe, over the last 3 regular seasons.
Number 61 right in the middle, gets that right hand outside and then tries to drag Duran to the ground. It's about the only way you can get him to the ground. See that right hand wrapped around and then just hanging on.
This is the end of the first quarter.
Clock winds down. First quarter comes to an end here at FedEx Field. Preseason game number 3 for both clubs. Denver Broncos with a 10-0 lead over the Washington Redskins. Second quarter is next. We get set for the second quarter. First quarter stats brought to you by USAA, official salute to service partner of the Washington Redskins.
Numbers, the tail of the tape, minus 3 yards passing for the Redskins. They haven't been able to convert on third down. Therefore, they haven't been able to keep the drive going. The only way they've been close in time of possession is Adrian Peterson's done an excellent job running the football.
8 carries for Peterson in the first quarter, 35 yards. Keenum with time. And that pass sails out of the reach of Emmanuel Sanders. Josh Norman defending as we head to the west end zone. Where's Clinton? We found him.
I'm standing here with Brian Laffermead, President of Business Operations and COO. He's the head of a lot of things. Right now, we're standing in the west fan end zone, the new attachment, his first completion in his title. How has it been?
It's been great. It's been great being here, and we're really excited to show off the West Fan end zone today. See all the fans having a great time out here. It's a great new element at FedEx Field. We're excited to be here.
You're expected to bring a lot to the table. What else can we expect out of this?
Well, we're going to have a whole new game presentation, so everything from new player introductions to new music, new video. It's going to be a whole new show at FedEx Field.
How excited are you about these fans, the Redskin Nation? How excited are you to be able to bring this?
Some of the best fans in the NFL, and I've been here all night talking to them. They're really excited about the new spaces. They're excited about the new team, and I think we're going to have a great season.
There you have it. More drinks for everybody.
On Clinton's tab. Thank you, Clinton. We appreciate that.
Great to hear from Brian once again, the President of Business Operations and COO of the Washington Redskins after 8 years in the NFL office up in New York. That pass was batted down by Mason Foster. So the Broncos will send out the punting unit.
That's the second time that a defensive player has either knocked the ball down or forced Case Keenum to change his delivery. Mason does a really good job. If they're going to throw short routes, get up as far as you can and then get up in the air, look at the quarterback's eyes and arms, and get the ball, get your hands up and swat it away.
That's all right.
So Marquette King out to punt, has had an outstanding career in Oakland. Trey Quinn is back deep for the Redskins. Mr. Irrelevant, last pick in the NFL draft. from the 16-yard line. He is tackled after crossing the 20 by Brendan Langley. Early second quarter. Another nice play by the Redskins on D. Welcome back. Kenny Albert, Joe Theismann, Clinton Portis. When the Redskins win, you win at papajohns.com. Fans get 50% off regular menu prices when you enter promo code HTTR50. Hail to the Redskins 50 at papajohns.com. Hail Redskins. Hail Papa John's. Hail yes. It's Coach Jay Gruden. And the Redskins trailing 10-0. Adrian Peterson back on the field. Start from the 21-yard line. 8 carries, 35 yards for Peterson in the first quarter. As Smith fires, and he finds Paul Richardson. After completing only one pass in the first quarter, Smith to Richardson for a Redskins first down.
Watch the decisiveness. Alex plants the foot, loads, and fires. I mean, that's what you have to get. That's the kind of timing and rhythm that you're looking for. Paul Richardson basically brought here because they felt like he was a really fast guy, which he is, but he also can run inside routes very well.
Gain of 10 out to the 31-yard line. And out is Peterson. He tried to cut to the outside. He was wrapped up. Unable to gain yardage. Bradley Chubb, the 5th overall pick, first round out of NC State, made the tackle for the Broncos.
You know, I see the same explosiveness out of Adrian Peterson that we've seen before. Hits the hole hard, then tries to spin outside, and Chubb's right there. He was a #1 pick for a reason.
Peterson averaging 6 yards per carry in his Redskins debut. From the 31 on second down, it's Peterson. 4 of the 5 starters remain in the game on the offensive line. Ty Anseki replacing Trent Williams at left tackle for this series. And now Peterson to the sidelines. Capri Bibbs back on the field.
And that was a really nice push by the offensive line. Watch, initial contact there, but yet he picks up 5, 6, 7 more yards. I just think he's got to be enjoying this immensely. You know, the age of 33 today and in this era of football is not an old age. I mean, Alex Smith, same situation.
On third down, the toss to Bibbs. Bibbs got tripped up out across the 40. Looks to be just shy of a Redskins first down.
Vernon Davis does a nice job sealing on the edge. Ty Anseki gets out front, and he just, I don't know. What do you think? I think he's just a hair short.
That appears to be the case. Here come the chains.
I think his elbow hit, and they marked it probably a half a ball short. Let's see how my year's going to go. Oh, I got one right in New England.
You did?
I did. I got one right in New England, too, so. Okay. There we go.
Now, remember, Redskins went for it on fourth down earlier.
You have to go. Go for it. It is this is where you use the quote, it is a preseason game.
End result does not matter.
Right. Everybody's going to start 0-0, and good opportunity to be able to knock them off the ball and see what you got.
So Peterson is back on the field. Redskins send in a couple of tight ends, Davis and J.P. Holtz, number 82. They will go for it on fourth down.
This is all attitude. Short yardage goal line, it's just attitude. Can you knock them off the ball? Can you create a crease? Just don't give anybody a clean shot at AP, and he'll be able to get where you want to get to.
Sprinkle on the field as well. So 3 tight ends for Washington. Chance for Adrian Peterson from this Redskins crowd.
I would think that he's going to get the ball.
Is that the worst kept secret in the building right now?
It probably is, yeah. Unless you fake it to him.
On fourth down, it's Peterson. He will turn the corner, and he has a first down and more into Broncos territory. Peterson needed one, and he gained 15.
This is just a great move. Presses it inside, a little quick stutter step, gets outside. Patience, picks up another 10, 12 yards just by hesitating. Look at those eyes. Straight ahead, not giving away where he might go, where the handoff might go. Guys out front blocking for him. Good job. And his buddy there to catch him, Trent Williams.
Timeout taken by the Redskins.
Team timeout. Washington.
So the offense will remain on the field. You know, you've talked about what Peterson will bring to the Redskins on the field. When we return, we'll talk about what his new teammates are saying about him. Adrian Peterson, the workhorse in his Redskins debut, Joe, averaging just over 5 yards per carry.
He shows power. He shows quickness. He puts his head down, picks up the extra yards. I mean, you just in the carries that he has had, you could do a clinic for running backs of what you're supposed to be able to do. Now he just turns on pure speed and patience to allow Vernon Davis to get out in front of him, and he picks up the extra yards.
Smith throws wide open. Is Richardson for a Redskins first down. Taken down at the 24-yard line, a 21-yard connection.
Good job by the offensive line, giving Alex Smith a little bit more time to be able to throw the ball down the field. They bring pressure, gets it off. Paul Richardson on the ground, now up, pick up a few more yards. Good job up front. Good job up front.
Second reception for Richardson, 31 yards. Rob Kelly in the backfield. His first carry. And Kelly takes it to the 19-yard line of the Denver Broncos.
People have inquired about Adrian's age at 33, but you look at the production of individuals. Frank Gore, 1,000. Franco Harris. These are all at the age of 33. Emmitt Smith, 975. And, of course, John Riggins in our Super Bowl year, 553. At the age of 33, you look at what these guys have been able to do. Warwick Dunn, Otis Anderson, Marcus Allen is on that list as well.
82, of course, a strike shortened season.
Right.
Riggins was on pace for 1,000. Second down and 5. Here's Kelly again. So here's what Rob Kelly had to say about Adrian Peterson. Kelly quoted as saying, before you become a football player, you're a fan. It's surreal to have an opportunity to play with an Adrian Peterson. He also relayed the story that during training camp a couple of weeks ago, Randy Jordan, the Redskins running backs coach, pulled all of the running backs. He said, who would you start a franchise with? And Rob Kelly's response, Adrian Peterson.
I know. And it's just, you know, his influence to these young backs is so great. His presence to this football team. You saw the energy when he picked up the first down. He's raising the level of everyone around him.
On 3rd and 4, it's Smith, and he'll be stopped short. Joe, time for our Geico What to Watch for over the next 15 minutes.
I want to see if the Redskins can continue to mount drives. They have to be able to consistently pick up third downs. Want to see them be able to keep drives going.
Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Redskins have already gone for it twice on 4th down, successful on 1 of 2. This time they send out the field goal unit, 33-yard attempt for Dustin Hopkins, who went 5 for 5 in the win over the Jets last week.
He really has a nice mouth.
Hopkins nails it. So the Redskins are on the board. They now trail by 7. Big first half for Adrian Peterson. In his Redskins debut, 11 carries, 56 yards for the future Hall of Famer. By Ticketmaster, the official ticketing partner of the Washington Redskins, who trailed the Denver Broncos 10-3 in preseason game number 3.
Redskins have not scored a touchdown since the second quarter of the first preseason game. Of course, 5 field goals last week against the Jets, and now another one tonight.
They beat the Jets 15-13 thanks to the 5 Hopkins field goals. Brendan Langley back deep. Kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. With 8:11 remaining in the second quarter, down to Clinton.
Not often I hang with a Gator, but this one pretty good. I'm standing here with Jordan Reed. Jordan, everyone is excited. This team kind of go as you go. How's your health?
Health is good, man. I'm getting better every week, and me and my team is just making progress, and just going to keep grinding, man.
When you look at the new additions to this offense, are you really excited?
Definitely, man. AP coming in, just bringing a lot of excitement to our team, a lot of physicality. You see 10 out there making plays today, and Alex, of course, he's a great player, and everything's just coming together well.
How much has Alex Smith helped this offense?
He's helped a ton, man. Just his leadership, coming into this position where we lost Kurt, and him filling in has been great for us. You know what I mean? A veteran QB, he knows the offense already, and is a great playmaker.
Realistic expectations for the fan. Does this offensive unit has enough to get into the playoffs?
I think so, man. I think if we come together and we keep on improving every week and we stay focused and play physical, I think we could definitely get there.
Hey, earlier, guys, before I asked Jordan Reed, he stepped to me and said, hey, you asked Josh Norman about dancing on the sideline. He wanted his opportunity. What you got for us?
Spot, man. I don't dance, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me. Back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Clinton. Royce Freeman bottled up. Terrific pressure from the Redskins front 7 on the last 2 plays, Joe, as Clinton was chatting with Jordan Reed.
Well, Preston Smith does a terrific job, really, of getting up the field, forcing Breida outside. Make him go outside. That's where all the help is. Then you get your secondary support. Then the pursuit comes down the line to make the play. Good to see Phil Taylor back on the field. Last year got hurt preseason. Was a really, really impact loss as the year went on because he really haven't got anybody big in the middle.
He hasn't played a regular season game, Joe, since 2014. Keenan over the middle. It is Sanders. And he looks to have a Denver first down on 3rd down and 14.
3rd down and 14. You just can't give up the easy reception inside. Got a lot of people around it. Nobody makes the play. Can't allow that.
Now Lindsey in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line for Case Keenum and the Broncos. Broncos finished 5-11 last season. Keenum downfield, and Sanders makes a spectacular catch.
I got to tell you, that's one heck of a catch and one heck of a throw. There isn't any place else he could have put that. Fabian Moreau is right there. And Emmanuel Sanders just reaches out and snatches this thing out of the air.
33-yard connection.
And it's a 31-yard pass. Split in the double zone. Making a great reception.
Back-to-back completions to Sanders. This is Lindsey. Lindsey to the Redskins 27. Mason Foster the tackle.
Troy Apke, the 4th-round pick, now in the game. Young guy out of Penn State. Redskins starting to make a few more substitutions on the defensive side of the ball. Since the first game, we haven't seen a lot of Tim Settle. Had a terrific first game. Was the star of the first game. Now Apke's come in. And now Tim's back in the game.
2nd down and 5. On the end around, it's Sanders inside the 15 and still going to the end zone. Touchdown.
That's a case of two things, Kenny. Lousy tackling and great running. Determination. DJ Swearinger gets cut down. Now, after he's one-on-one, you got your hands on him, get him on the ground. Hold on to him until you get some teammates around him. That's a great ball fake. A little pop-up. Don't worry about the handoff. Let him catch it. He's a receiver.
McManus, the extra point. How about Sanders on that drive? On 3rd and 14.
His drive.
A 15-yard reception, then a great catch for 33, and now a 27-yard run for the score.
He just runs right through him. You got him.
Looks like Barry Sanders on that drive.
He really did.
Welcome back. Some more tweets, Joe, from our viewers tonight.
He looks like himself. Being able to run the football, we saw what the Denver Broncos wanted to do coming out early, and once the Redskins got going with Adrian Peterson, helped the offense tremendously. Of course, a couple weeks ago when Geis got hurt, Adrian and Trent Williams were talking. He said, hey, I'm ready.
Danny Johnson on the return. Colt McCoy with his helmet on. He will head out onto the field with the Redskins offense.
Well, Jay got a chance to get Alex a lot of different situations, a couple of 4th downs. Struggled in the first early couple drives trying to pick up 3rd downs, managed to put one together. Saw enough, now you get ready for the regular season. Now you're a true spectator.
During the preseason, Joe has completed 74% of his pass attempts, 25 for 34. Good first half against New England in the opener. Rob Kelly in the backfield. And Kelly gets bottled up. Nowhere to go as he took the handoff from McCoy.
Three for 8, 33 yards. Didn't really press the ball down the field. I thought the Broncos jumped a lot of the short routes initially. Looked a lot more comfortable in the 3rd drive.
McCoy on 2nd down, and that pass is short. He was looking for Trey Quinn. All of the starting offensive linemen are now on the sidelines from left to right. And Secchi, Catalina, Bergstrom, Kalis, and Christian. The Redskins line in front of Colt McCoy. 3rd down and 11. Redskins have not converted on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 5. McCoy can't find the one downfield. So a good stand for the Broncos defense. Redskins will punt it away.
Those are the kind of plays you have to be really careful of. You're not going to pick up the 1st down. You might as well throw it out of bounds instead of getting yourself tripped up. I remember Kirk Cousins in his 2nd year, 1st or 2nd year, he's headed for the sidelines in a similar situation as the backup quarterback, wound up tweaking an ankle.
McKenzie back deep. Tressway with another good kick. Taken out to 28 by McKenzie, and a terrific tackle. Josh Harvey-Clemens getting downfield on special teams. So Alex Smith's night is over. And Joe, you spoke to Alex earlier in camp about leadership.
To let your personality show, to know that your best is good enough, being comfortable with who you are. I think all those things, that takes all of us, right? We all got to be in this together. This isn't about one guy. And it's not always about giving a speech, right? You know, every time you step in there, you don't have to, it's knowing the moments, reading the guys, when something does need to be said. But then I think more often than not, just example. I think how you go about your daily business, how you work, how you treat people, all those things, I think, in the end, make the biggest difference.
He's absolutely right. I mean, it's more your presence than what you say, and then you do have to pick your moment. Sometimes, you know, you got to let the guys know what's going on. Other than that, go do your job, and they'll do theirs.
Guess who? Sanders yet again. He gained 75 yards during that last Broncos drive.
He has 82 yards in the last 4 plays. Now they're going hurry up.
Second down and 3. Case Keenum has gone the distance in his first half. Devontae Booker picks up a Denver first down. Down to the field, Clinton.
Hey, guys, I'm standing here with the man of the hour. We were worried about him being rusty. Not anymore. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. It was good to get out there and knock some of the extra rust off. But I felt good. My wind and conditioning, you know, my legs were under me. So I felt pretty good, man.
Well, we already know you're probably going to be the starting running back day one. But let's get to this jersey controversy. Let's talk about this number, all right? You're wearing 26. That's a pretty cool jersey.
Yeah, it is. You know what? The numbers they had me picking from, when I seen your number, 26, I was okay. Let me try to stay away from my boy jersey. But the other jerseys, the numbers, they didn't have no weight. So I had to get a heavyweight number, man.
You know what? So no one is worried about any beef between me and you. I did you a favor. Since I'm going to take your jersey, I'm going to give you mine. Signed, sealed, and delivered for you, Joe Theismann.
Now you've got to get one from him, Clinton.
Hey, back up to you guys.
Now
I'm getting this out of the locker room. I'm not even asking. It's going with me. AP first jersey is going to be hanging in Porter's house.
That's great.
Back up to you guys.
Two great 26s.
They combined to rush for over 22,000 yards.
Unbelievable.
174 rushing touchdowns, Portis and Peterson. The Washington Redskins and their season-long operation salute our troops program partners. Geico, Long & Foster, and the Military Order of the Purple Heart Foundation would like to recognize all of our nation's military members for their service to our country.
Redskins went out and visited Joint Base Andrews this week, had a little workout out there, and certainly we can't say enough thank yous to the men and women of our military and their families for what they do.
Absolutely. Keenum, Demarius Thomas, he slips down at the 41-yard line.
Demarius Thomas has sort of been the quiet one in this half. It's been all Emmanuel Sanders. Now you start to get the ball, spread it around a little bit, get him involved. Don't want to feel like an outfielder in right field where the ball's never hit that way.
Sanders with 4 receptions, 61 yards. As that pass was batted down, Tim Settle got a hand up and then nearly picked off on the deflection.
It's the 3rd ball now. Ryan Anderson has a chance to be able to get the ball at its highest point. Find the ball, get it at its highest point, and then go up and get it. There's Settles once again making his presence felt.
We saw that during the New England game 2 weeks ago from Tim Settle.
You don't want to try and catch it. You have to go up and get it. He's just got a knack for that.
5th-round pick out of Virginia Tech. 3rd down and 5.
That one was intended for Demarius Thomas as well.
Keenum under pressure, wrapped up, down he goes. Anthony Lanier with the sack of Case Keenum. There is a flag.
That defensive line position is going to be a real battle. The 7 they're going to keep. Who's it going to be? That's the big question mark when you talk about that D-line.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 72, offense, after the play is over. 15-yard penalty, 4th down.
72 in white, Garrett Bowles, the left tackle, following the sack by 72 in red, Lanier. There it is. 72 on 72.
I mean, I guess that falls in the category of ticky-tacky. I mean, he didn't come flying in, didn't give him a shoulder, he just sort of pushed him. But you can't touch anybody. It's a simple rule.
So Marquette King back to punt for the 2nd time. Trey Quinn is deep for the Redskins. Loss of 9 on the sack by Lanier, and then 15 more yards on the penalty. Flag is thrown as Quinn takes it out to 34, turns upfield, out to the 45-yard line, 11 on the return, and we'll check on the flag.
It's a nifty return.
During the kick, holding number 30, return team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's on Troy Apke.
Nice little quick stutter step. That was all the way to the sidelines. Now you start to get upfield, sort of weaving your way through people. It's a good return. Last year, the Redskins struggled with their returns. They had a number of guys, 9 different guys returning kickoffs, and they've got to find somebody who give an opportunity to create some field position on punts and kickoff returns.
Second quarter, 1st and 10 line, brought to you by My Lottery Rewards from the Maryland Lottery. Colt McCoy and the Redskins, 1st and 10, 24-yard line as the catch is made by the tight end, Matt Flanagan, the rookie out of Pitt, also spent some time at Rutgers.
Are you?
Are you?
Are you? Yes. 15 minutes from where I grew up in South Florida.
2nd and 2. McCoy complete, Capri bids for a Redskins first down.
With Byron Marshall hurt, Capri Bibbs becomes
second,
that back out of the backfield that has an opportunity to be able to make plays for you. Good job by Colt hanging in the pocket. Pressure closing, gets it out of his hand. They're only rushing 4. He's still hanging in there.
Redskins use their second timeout. 53 seconds remaining in the first half. Get direct access to VIP Redskins travel packages with Prime Sport, the official fan travel partner of the Washington Redskins. Official Prime Sport fan travel packages include game tickets, hotel, official souvenirs, and much more. Visit primesport.com today. From the 41, McCoy to the outside, it's Quinn. As McCoy is helped back up.
Colt McCoy is the consummate professional. He's always late in meetings. He's always late, staying late after the meetings. He's always studying film. He's always in early. And he just hangs in the pocket and gets pummeled.
Pass incomplete, intended for Quinn.
Redskins looking for depth in the offensive line. Jay Gruden knows who his starters are, basically. The competition on this football team, which we'll see a lot of guys next week play a full game. Who's going to be that 7th offensive defensive lineman? Who's going to be that 6th offensive lineman? Then, those are the positions that you're going to have to find guys.
3rd down and 8. McCoy in trouble. Down he goes. Back at the 36-yard line.
DeMarcus Walker, 57, in there with a lot of pressure. Of course, Von Miller was the other one.
First.
Miller, the 6-time Pro Bowler, MVP
Denver,
of Super Bowl 50.
30-second timeout.
Fight for 53, brought to you by USAA. Official salute to service partner of the Washington Redskins.
Jerron Christian, of course, a draft choice. Trent Williams, Sean LaBelle. The guys up top you can see, but Casey Dunn is a center. I mean, can he play? Can he get it done for you? Tyler Catalina, can he play? TJ Clements hasn't played a lot, been nicked a bit. Tony Bergstrom played 3 games last year. We had so many injuries in the offensive line a year ago. A lot of these guys got limited playing time. Now you're really going to compete for an opportunity to be a backup in the offensive line. And the center position, if you can play the center position, it helps an awful lot.
Way had trouble with the snap. Gets it away. Another terrific kick. Although it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Flag on the field. 63-yard punt. He had a 64-yarder earlier.
telling you, he is a weapon. I think he's kicking it further this year.
During the
than he
kick,
has.
holding, number 28, return team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
6 seconds on the clock here in the first half.
Just drops it and then just booms it. I'm sure he wanted to angle it one way or the other or get it high enough so that he could have it inside the 10. But it was just a case of let me get it out of my hands and get it going.
Well, the big story for the Redskins, Joe, in the first half, Adrian Peterson in his first game with the club. 11 carries, 56 yards.
Clinton said if he got over 70, he would acknowledge it. I think if you were to work out the numbers, it would come out to more than 70.
So
This
the
is
first
the
half
end of
comes
the
to an
first
end
half.
with the Broncos leading the Redskins in preseason game number 3 by the score of 17-3. Much more to come from FedEx Field on the Redskins Broadcast Network. Halftime, FedEx Field. Broncos lead the Redskins by a 17-3 score. Preseason game number 3. Kenny Albert, Joe Theismann, Adrian Peterson, the story of the first half for Washington.
He is the first half. I mean, the way he ran the football, the decisiveness that he made cuts with, and just the way he carried himself. I mean, he raised the enthusiasm of the football team completely. I think everybody got excited when he ran out of bounds. The guys were really being there to catch him. There you see him just jump start. This is the first play of the game. Then he starts to go outside, plants his foot in the ground, turns it up the field, lowers his head, and winds up picking up more yards. And just, you know, there's so many different things that he did in different elements of these runs. He showed speed outside. He showed quickness in the hole. He showed the ability to stop and start. And the fans just absolutely going crazy. I mean, they've got their cell phones out. They're taking pictures of a very, very special occasion.
Halftime highlights brought to you by Subway, proud training restaurant of the Washington Redskins. And now the first half numbers.
0 for 7, third down conversions. That's the one thing that jumps out at me. And 41 yards throwing the football and a half of football with what was supposed to be your first unit. I thought the Redskins came out a little bit lethargic. It looked like they picked it up a little bit. Be interesting to see how they respond in the second half now.
56 yards on 11 carries for number 26, Adrian Peterson.
Got to have your cutout. That's actually Clinton Portis.
Right.
That's actually Clinton selling these in the stadium now of his 26. Now that he's got his autographed jersey, he's fine.
Second half underway as Hopkins kicks off, taken at the 6-yard line by Lindsey. And he's out across the 25 to the 26. So the Broncos with a 17-3 lead. Zach Vigila made the stop on special teams.
A lot of young guys going to get a look-see now, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Chad Kelly now in the game at quarterback. You may remember his uncle Jim.
Yes, and we send our best wishes along to Jim as he continues to battle cancer.
This is Lindsey off the handoff from Kelly. And Lindsey picks up a Broncos first down. Chad Kelly's had a good preseason.
Also another Mr. Irrelevant.
Right.
How often do you get 2 Mr. Irrelevants in a game? And, you know, obviously Chad Kelly's going to be the backup. He's moved ahead of Paxton Lynch as the second-string quarterback. And, of course, you know, Trey Quinn on the other side has done a lot of good things through training camp.
Back-to-back years. Kelly, the final pick of the draft in 2017. Quinn in 2018. Here's Lindsey again. Time now for our Geico What to Watch For over the next 15 minutes.
I'd like to see the Redskins come out and play with a little more enthusiasm, a little more pop. I felt like the first half and especially the first couple of series, they really didn't get into it. I'd like to see them come out right now, start the third quarter, make this stop, get the offense going.
Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. D'Angelo Henderson, second season out of Coastal Carolina, in the backfield. And this is Henderson on the reception. First down and more. 6th-round pick in 2017 out of Coastal Carolina.
Adonis Alexander gets trapped inside. He rides the wide receiver down a little bit too far, allows the back to get outside of him and turn up the field. You'll see number 34 gets trapped inside, and Henderson just turns it up. Has to come back and try and make a tackle.
19 yards for Henderson, who holds the NCAA Division I record, Joe. Touchdown in 35 consecutive games at Coastal Carolina. From the 43, this is Henderson again. Henderson cut to the outside, and then he gets wrapped up by Troy Apke.
Of course, Josh Norman will be very proud of that. Dr. Norman, I might say. Dr. Josh Norman with his PhD, with his doctorate.
Right, same alma mater, Coastal Carolina, as D'Angelo Henderson.
Troy does a good job being able to fill in. I mean, ran 4.34 at the combine. Really fast. Learning how to play safety.
Off the fake to Lindsey. Kelly rolling right. And he throws. It was deflected, but not picked off inbounds. Anthony Tejada came up with it, but he was out of bounds.
I'll tell you, whether he's inbounds or out of bounds, this is one heck of a play. Tejada holds his position. He holds his position, keeps his eye on the quarterback, then gets up in the air, just manages to almost keep his toes in.
Tejada, the rookie out of TCU. Very athletic play, but did not come down in bounds with it.
And not a good decision.
By Chad Kelly, who began his collegiate career at Clemson, finished up at Mississippi.
Was hurt last year, didn't play at all.
Here's another Penn Stater, Troy Apke's teammate, Deshaun Hamilton, the all-time leading receiver for the Nittany Lions, 4th-round pick. By the Broncos, he gains 8 and a Denver first down.
And it's a terrific open field tackle by Tejada. I mean, you're out there one-on-one. He doesn't make this. He's off to the races.
First catch of the game for Hamilton. 1st and 10 from the Washington 30. Lindsey in the backfield. Takes the handoff from Kelly. There is a flag as Martrell Spate made the tackle for the Redskins.
Holding, number 79, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Was that Cyrus Quanjo? Does the name sound familiar?
Yes, Ari, of course, on IR, got hurt, his brother. And, he's playing the tackle position for the Denver Broncos.
They're up in nearby Hyattsville.
Martrell Spate has jumped out in every preseason game. Into the second half, I know he's out there with second teamers, but in every game, it's either on special teams or making a stop or running somebody down, making a play somewhere.
First down at 20 following the Quanjo penalty from the 40-yard line. As Kelly airs it out. Alexander on the coverage. Hamilton, the intended receiver.
The two big guys. Alexander uses his height this time to be able to strip the ball away. Does a nice job of getting his head around. Find the ball and pull it away from him.
Alexander 6'3", Hamilton at 6'1". Second down and 20. This is Henderson. Works his way to the 37-yard line.
Tim Settle again in on the play. He's just, I mean, you got Tim Settle, you got Deron Payne, you got Philip Taylor. You've got big guys in the middle, which is really what the Redskins lacked last year. Ziggy Hood could play it, but you know, Ziggy's only at 305. These are all 330 guys.
Settle has certainly stood out during this preseason. Fifth-round pick. Third down and 17 for Chad Kelly and the Broncos. Kelly finds Hamilton. And it's Alexander who makes the tackle.
Good open field tackle.
So the Broncos will send out the field goal unit.
Pressure comes from the right side. Alexander one-on-one, gets him on the ground. Both the corners have made nice tackles in one-on-one situations.
So here's McManus out to attempt a 45-yard field goal. He hit from 50 earlier. McManus from 45, just inside the left upright. So the Broncos extend their lead for head coach Vance Joseph. Early third quarter in preseason game number 3. Our broadcast booth has never smelled this good. A look at some of the tremendous new food items that will be available this season here at FedEx Field. Our statistician Marty Arnold already tried to jump in, but he has to wait a couple of minutes as we welcome in Jake Pye, the Redskins Senior Vice President of Consumer Sales and Marketing, and some preferred concession pricing this season for Redskin fans here at FedEx Field. Jake, tell us about it.
Yeah, all new program. Season ticket members paying less for every food item in the building than everybody else that's buying tickets for our games. So we're excited about that. And a new diverse menu. A lot of local flair that we brought into the menu. That's craft beer selection, food selection. We listen to our fans. They tell us what they want. We try to deliver it. So
What's the number one thing that people have asked for?
Affordability is big. I mean, you're asking a lot. People are coming, they're parking their car, they're driving here, they're coming to a game, and they want to eat great food. And they want to eat food that they can, get in the DMV. And we talk to great vendors, restaurants, craft breweries, and they are dying to be in the stadium to serve our fans. And so I think affordability and variety, those are two big things, and we're delivering that this year.
What are some of your favorites on the new menu?
Too many to count. I'm going to start with the nachos. I always start with anything with the Southwest Mexican flavor.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, go there.
That's a good little thing to start. Yeah. I'm a chicken wing guy.
Okay, well, we've got you covered there.
Different types, though.
You
got all kinds of sauces, everything with it.
Sauces,
the really hot ones, which I don't like.
Okay.
I'm a naked guy. I'm a naked wing guy. I'm a naked wing guy.
Okay, fair enough.
We've heard that about you, Joe. Yeah. Now, Jake, the single game tickets remain available for the opener?
Correct. Yeah, we need fans. We want to fill this place with burgundy and gold, sell it out, get it loud, affect the other team when they're on offense, all those great things. And go to redskins.com and purchase single game tickets. We have season tickets still available in great locations, and that's how you get that preferred pricing on the food.
So you want the fans to eat when the Redskins are on offense so they can make noise when the defense is on the field.
We don't need your mouth full when the defense is on the field. We need it open, yelling.
Selective sampling.
It's strategy, Joe.
That's it.
Strategy.
All plays a part. That's very true.
Jake Pye, Senior Vice President, Consumer Sales and Marketing, and fans can also still purchase season tickets for all regular season games and receive some of the benefits that you talked about.
Yeah, I think one big thing we're very excited about and want people to come back on the 16th when we play the Colts is just the game presentation, the entertainment, how we're going to program the video boards and player intros. And there's a lot that's going to be revealed that day that I think fans are going to be thrilled about.
Well, it's exciting.
And, we want to come back.
The West End, obviously, is a whole new part of the stadium as well.
It is, and it's jammed right now, which is great. I love seeing 12, 15 people deep. Great view of the field. We're about to watch this play that we're seeing here.
And our Clinton Porter spent some time in the West End zone earlier tonight. Jake, thanks so much for joining us. Some great food items available for the fans here at FedEx Field. Best of luck during the season.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jake.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Jake.
Joe, thanks.
Marty, you can go eat now. Go ahead, Marty. You can go get what you need to eat. Okay.
I hope you're not expecting any stats, Joe, for the remainder of this
we'll just sort of guess a little. We'll give you estimations now going forward for a little while.
Jake Pye, Senior Vice President, Consumer Sales and Marketing for the Washington Redskins. And Jake's about to dive into the food here in our broadcast booth.
That's quite a spread right there.
Tress Way punting from the end zone. Lindsey will let it bounce. Takes a Redskins roll out of bounds around the 42-yard line. Just over 8 minutes remaining. Third quarter, 48-yard punt by Cressway. Broncos back out on offense in a moment. Joint base Andrews. Redskins salute leading the way as the players went through a brief walkthrough, then had a chance to meet the men and women who defend our great country. A tradition started several years ago by the Redskins as the team salutes those serving in the armed forces as well as the vets who came before them.
And their families, of course, as well, because they have to be the ones that hold down the fort while they're serving in different parts of the world and around this country.
So a great job by the Redskins as always. Here is Lindsey, and he picks up a Broncos first down to the Redskins 44. Clinton.
Standing here with the only Blue Devil to make it to the NFL. Most NBA players make it. But we got Jamison Crowder representing the Duke Blue Devils. Hey, we were on probation when that happened, James. Hey, we were on probation, all right? No credit for that. Look, how are you feeling this year?
I'm feeling great, man. Just ready to, get back out here and, contribute to the team. I'm glad we got Alex. He's been a good quarterback in the summer camp, so I'm ready to get back out here, man. I'm feeling good, though.
Has there been a huge change with Kirk and Alex?
Offensively, not really. As far as, the plays and stuff, pretty much the same. I think that, Alex is a little bit more experienced. You can tell he's a little more seasoned than Kirk. Like I said, I'm excited to get out here and, play with Alex this year, man, and the offensive guys, and I just can't wait.
A lot of question marks about the receiving corps, but how do you feel about it being one of the leaders?
We got a lot of talent in the room, man, and I think that the guys we got in there to this point, we've all kind of pushed each other. It's a lot of competition in there, so day in, day out, we got to go out there individually and make plays because the guy next to us is out there making plays. So I like it, man. I like the room that we have. Like I said, a lot of talent, and I look forward to playing with the boys.
They say you were making a lot of noise about getting in the preseason game to get on the field and show these fans what you were ready for. You can hold out. How bad did you really want to play in this preseason?
Anytime it's a game, I want to get out there, man. Been dealing with a little bit of tightness, man. So, the coach, it was a coach's decision, man. They didn't want me to, hold out. I'm just going to get back to practice next week and, get back out there and see how I go.
I tried to set him up. No one wants to play in the preseason, Joe. Not even you.
Back
up to you guys.
I did, Clinton. Yes, I did. I love playing in the preseason. I just love being out there. Heck, I return punts for crying out loud.
Now Lacoste with the reception. A flag is thrown.
Oh, Clinton, by the way, there was one other Duke Blue Devil that actually made it a decent mark in the NFL. I think his name was Sonny Jurgensen. Just as an FYI, it isn't just all basketball players. And Jamison Crowder.
A couple of others. Dave Brown, the former Giants quarterback, and Brian Baldinger, who does a terrific job on television.
Oh, boy, we're just burying Clinton right now.
So that's at least 4, including Jamison.
That's right. Clint, we just named a few other guys. Sonny Jurgensen.
I wasn't even born at that time. When Sonny Jurgensen came out, there were only 6 universities in America.
We'll tell Big Red that.
Hey, by the way, it's Sonny's birthday, so happy birthday to Sonny.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that amazing? Just rocking on.
The radio broadcast, along with Larry Michael and Chris Cooley, Doc Walker.
Yep. I don't think this game can get over quick enough for Jay Gruden at this point. There's lots of mistakes. They haven't been able to block up on the offensive line to give Colt McCoy an opportunity to throw the football. This is one where you look at the individual efforts of guys.
Kelly to the end zone, and it is off the hands of Brian Parker, the Broncos tight end. Sean Dion Hamilton defending.
Chad gets this out a little bit late. Okay, the right hand's there a little bit early, but that's okay. It's close enough. Good job stripping him away.
There's Sean Dion Hamilton.
Another Alabama product.
6th-round pick. Joining Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, and Ryan Anderson. All former members of the Crimson Tide. D'Angelo Henderson, followed up by DeShazer Everett. WMAL is proud to carry every Redskins game. We mentioned Larry, Sonny, Chris, and Doc. Listen live on 105.9 FM and AM 630 WMAL. They do a terrific job as always.
It was such a privilege playing with Sonny my rookie year in '74 when I came here, and watching him throw the football, I just stood in awe. You know what it's like, I think, for a lot of these young guys to see Adrian Peterson in the room and on the field, the awe that you have for someone like that. I was that way with Sonny. I could watch him throw the football around all day at practice. I think the guys feel the same way about Adrian. I mean, it changes everything. You get on the football field. Adrian Peterson's been out on the football field. Now it's your turn to go out there and show what you can do. To me, that's what leadership and greatness is the people around you get to have their game elevated because they don't want to disappoint you. They want to show you what you have.
I worked the first game that Adrian Peterson played for Arizona last year, and I remember talking to Carson Palmer and some of the other Cardinals, and it was all the same quotes that we've heard out of the Redskins this week. The excitement, what he brings both on and off the field to a franchise. McManus connects from 34 yards out, his third field goal of the night, after a nice tackle by Sean Dion Hamilton helped hold the Broncos to 3 and not 7. Back at FedEx Field, check out our Twitter ticker presented by Virginia Lottery, proud sponsor of the Washington Redskins. Tweet at Redskins with hashtag HTTR or hashtag DEN versus WAS to join the conversation.
I think Adrian Peterson's going to be a great influence in that locker room. Of course, Deron Payne just continues to jump out at you, as well as Tim Settle.
Redskins will start at the 25-yard line, trailing the Broncos 23-3. Colt McCoy and the Redskins offense back out on the field.
0 for 7 on third downs, 7 possessions, 4 3-and-outs, and they haven't scored a touchdown in 8 quarters. But I will say that starting offense hasn't played much. They played a little bit more than a quarter in the first half of this game, and now they'll get ready to play some real football.
McCoy under pressure, forced to get rid of it as we check back in with Clinton.
There hasn't been a lot of excitement here. Here's one of the reasons why. Zach Brown is standing on the sideline talking to me. Zach, what can we expect out of this defense?
You can expect a lot. We don't have a lot of movement on the front line. For us right now, we're just trying to get the sacks. You got to get to the quarterback. We got to move. We got to move, crush the pocket. You can't have him sitting back there picking us apart. And we got to challenge the receivers for the ball. That's what we really have to do.
Last year, you had no one in front of you as far as D-line. This year, all of a sudden, you got a bunch of young guys. How excited are you about those guys?
I'm very excited, especially about Big Payne, having John back, and then, having Ioannidis coming back. It's good because now I really don't have to worry about the A-gap. Now I can really just play ball and be all over the place, really.
The addition of the linebackers, I think the linebackers are upgraded as well, bringing in McPhee. A couple other guys got some talent. Deion Hamilton coming in. What can we expect out of those guys?
Fee, I expect a lot out of Fee. He's a vet. I expect him to do what he's supposed to do. Deion Hamilton, he's coming along. He got a little bit more learning to do, but he's a great player. He's very instinctive about his play.
The real heart and soul of the defense, Zach Brown. Back up to you guys.
Shane Ray with the sack of Colt McCoy. Zach Brown, who led the Redskins in tackles last season, and now the Redskins forced to punt yet again.
And John Kling, the right tackle, just gets run around, and they're throwing around Colt McCoy like a rag doll here. He's just not getting an opportunity to be able to do anything. It's the speed of the Denver defensive outside rushers that have created a problem. And what Zach was talking about, A-gaps, just for those people that don't understand, it's the gaps in between the centers and the guard on either side. They're considered the A-gaps.
Way's sixth punt taken by McKenzie at the 33. There is a flag. Brought down at the 37-yard line by number 37, Fish Smithson. 47-yard punt, 3 on the return. We'll check in with Walt Coleman.
Walt let his hair grow a little bit. Looks like his hair's growing a little bit.
There's no foul on the play for a illegal block in the back. First down.
Hey, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
One of the veteran officials.
I like that.
4 new referees in the league this year. Walt, one of the vets. Back at FedEx Field with the Broncos leading the Redskins 23-3. There's Colt McCoy.
Got his right thumb bent back on pass out to the right first play. He's rolling out. Watch his right hand. As he makes the throw, he gets his thumb caught and just bent back ever so slightly. If you play basketball, it's just like when you catch it right on the end.
This is David Williams, 7th round pick out of Arkansas. Pete Robertson made the tackle. Chad Kelly remains in the game, second string quarterback for the Broncos after Case Keenum played the entire first half. Third quarter, 1st and 10 line, brought to you by your local Honda dealer. It's Honda's Summer Spectacular event going on now at your local Honda dealer. Don't settle for less than a Honda. Second down and 7. This is Williams again. Phil Taylor on the stop for the Redskins.
Boy, our interior linemen, Phil Taylor, Deron Payne, Tim Settle, they're extremely active. I mean, they flow down the line. And that time he split the double team and made the play. You know, Chad Kelly had a really good game against the Minnesota Vikings in week 1. And it really elevated him past Paxton Lynch, who's had a really, really tough go out in Denver as a #1 pick that just hasn't been able to get it done.
Third down and 6. Kelly's pass is caught by Williams. Nice move, and he picks up a first down. Inside the Redskins 40 to the 37-yard line. Finally brought down by Troy Apke.
That's the second time Troy Apke has had an opportunity at somebody in the open field. He takes the shot and misses it. He's going to have to make some plays in the open field. He's a safety, because normally if you're a safety and you're missing guys in the open field, there's nobody behind you. We saw it on Emmanuel Sanders' touchdown run, and here we saw another opportunity. Great chance for a young man to learn.
Sean Deion Hamilton brought him down. 1st and 10, 38-yard line. Some miscommunication between Kelly and Jordan Leslie, third-year receiver out of BYU. Here's what Jay Gruden had to say about his concerns entering this 2018 preseason.
Well, you know, I think obviously we had to get better stopping the run. That's the one thing that comes out. You know, I think in pro football, if you can't stop the run, you're not going to win many games. And we have to do better there. That's why Deron Payne was a priority for us. We want to try to get Zach Brown and Mason Foster signed back again for the inside backer, and obviously get Monte back at safety and DJ back there at safety. Those were the issues. Stopping the run was probably a big one. And then running the football, we got to run it better. You know, and offensive line will help out in regard. Getting Sprinkle in there at tight end will help out a little bit. Getting a new back like Darius Geis will help out with some depth.
Well, those are the two areas that they had to get better. He's absolutely right. But, you know, Anthony Lanier making a play, Phil Taylor, depth in that defense on the linebacker position, the D-line position. You know, they were last in the league against the run. Certainly that'll make a world of difference. And running the football, I mean, Adrian Peterson, I think, has given everybody a degree of hope when it comes to the depth that we can have in the running back position.
Jay Gruden mentioned Darius Geis. Of course, that interview took place prior to the game against the Patriots when Geis was lost for the season. 3 quarters of the books. here at FedEx Field with the Broncos leading 23. Home of the Washington Redskins training camp. Visit YesRichmondVA.com to learn more about Virginia's capital city.
Great training facility, Bon Secours. Guys working hard down there. At least one practice.
We start the fourth quarter. 3rd down and 13 for Kelly. And the Broncos. Catch is made by River Craycraft out of Washington State. Apke to tackle.
You know what I really like about Troy Apke is he's in position. He you know, hasn't made a couple of plays, but he's quick enough and fast enough to get there. I mean, he can really run. And they were, you know, how good were you going to be in support? Well, in the Senior Bowl, he showed he could really do the job, and I think that's why the Redskins took him in the 4th round. But talk about fast. Stroman's another one who could flat run.
Broncos setting up now, Joe, for a 56-yard field goal attempt. McManus hit from 50 earlier.
We are not in Denver. This is sea level.
His career long in the regular season is 57. And this kick has the distance.
Plenty of room.
From 56 yards out. McManus now 4 for 4. He's hit from 34, 45, 50, and now 56.
Got to figure 65 might be a number out in Denver. Might just be a number out there.
We're seeing 64 from Jason Elam.
Now, the Redskins secondary, once you get through the starters, you know, Quentin Dunbar and Josh Norman, you get younger guys. You know, Fabian Moreau making it known. You know, Troy Apke, we talked about, with his speed, be able to get around the ball a lot. Greg Stroman making a play. Tejada bouncing the ball up in the air, almost getting an interception. And Alexander, bigger, taller guy. Not necessarily as quick as Quentin Dunbar at 6'2", but still manages to be able to make a play at a rather tall size. Almost like you look at Alexander and say, you know, maybe moving into the safety position would be something going forward they would consider with him.
The 3 Bibbs on the return. Out to the 22-yard line.
You know, there's a classic case right there where 2 guys have to communicate better who's going to catch the ball. I mean, if you're going to get it, start yelling, mine, mine, mine. Watch. Make a decision. You can't have 2 guys. I mean, that very easily almost was fumbled because of a lack of communication. Something as simple as that turns into a turnover, turns into a touchdown. Now all of a sudden you're further behind. That Ben Kawika's explaining to the guys exactly what they're supposed to do. Communicate.
Kevin Hogan now at quarterback for the Redskins. Hogan on 1st down. And coming back to make the catch is Darvin Kinsey, the rookie out of Texas Southern.
Kevin Hogan does everything he can to avoid the pressure, and it's almost like a desperation heave at the end. Watch him move around. Steps up in the pocket now. I know I got him. I just got to get it out of my hand. That's a hard throw with somebody hanging around your waist. He should be down there.
.40-yard connection. 1st and 10, 38-yard line. This is Rob Kelly for a gain of 3. Down to the field, and Clinton Portis. Clinton.
You're talking about a guy who's had a luxury. Frank Gore, Jamal Charles, and now Adrian Peterson. I'm standing here with Alex Smith. How has that journey been?
Yeah, I mean, it's the longer you play, those are the guys you kind of remember, you know, the special teammates, and I've been fortunate enough to share the backfield with some special ones. It was fun tonight to see AP get going and help us out.
So we've struggled with the running game in recent years. You finally get the opportunity to have a running game. I know you RPO quarterback. So how excited are you about that?
Yeah, I mean, and I thought that was a point of emphasis for us tonight, was to try to come out here and run the ball a little bit, and I thought we did that. That's a good front. Fortunately, you know, not the way we want to start with 2 3 and outs, but we're able to get some rhythm going. definitely some things to improve on, but and like I said, that was one of the points we wanted to get going, and I thought we did a good job with that tonight.
Speaking of the great backs you played with, you've had the opportunity to be the face of 3 organizations now, San Francisco 49ers, Kansas City, and now here with Redskin Nation. What's been what's been different about coming here?
They're all so different, but this, I just think where I'm at in my career and coming here, and I think to have the opportunity to come here and put on this uniform and to have the gig, so appreciative of it. Going to take it as far as I can, run with it every single day. Having gone through what I've gone through in my past, just so grateful for the opportunity. And like I said, I've taken on that challenge. New division, back to a different conference. Excited for that.
We needed a leader. We needed a new voice. Hey, Joe, you can leave.
And you got a new voice. Hey, I got to tell you, too, let him know the Denver Broncos are thrilled he's out of the division.
Hey, Joe said the Denver Broncos are thrilled that you're out of the division.
I won't miss seeing Vaughn twice a year, that's for sure. Yeah.
Back up to you guys.
So you've spent a lot of time around Alex over the last couple of weeks and months. So what's impressed you the most about him?
Just his poise. He loves the game. He's a real student. I have a chance to sit in the meetings during training camp a little bit. And he engages everybody. Kevin Hogan, Colt McCoy, Alex, Kevin O'Connell, the coach, Jay Gruden. I mean, everybody, Matt Cavanaugh, the offensive coordinator. You look at the meeting and everybody is communicating. Everybody is studying one another to make each other better. I mean, he just has a real presence about him. And I think it's got a very positive influence on this football team.
3-time Pro Bowler, including the last 2 seasons as a member of the Chiefs. Hogan through the end zone. Touchdown! Simmie Cobbs Jr., the rookie out of Indiana, 18 yards. Hogan to Cobbs.
It's a nice job by Kevin Hogan. Right from the first play, picked up the 40 yards.
Holding, defense, penalty.
Holding call against the defense.
Look where he puts this ball, right out front. Simmie Cobbs hangs on. A little bit of time. He'll get a touchdown.
First in over 8 quarters for the Redskins.
In a little while, yep.
Second quarter of the preseason opener in Foxborough. So Kevin Hogan, the local product out of Gonzaga High School, DC Player of the Year back in 2010. Comes into the game in the 4th quarter, completes all 3 of his pass attempts for 64 yards and a Redskins touchdown. Hopkins just inside the right upright. Simmie Cobbs Jr. looking to earn a spot on the Redskins roster. Try a 1-week fantasy football league on FanDuel today. Go to FanDuel.com for your free account now. Redskins offensive line.
Bill Callahan going through the pictures with him. That's the backup offensive line.
Christian, Williams, Dunn, Rainey, and Paris. They were in the game on that last drive as the Redskins reach the end zone.
Demetrius Rainey playing center.
On the run, it's McKenzie. Penalty marker is thrown. Go time for our Geico What to Watch For over the next 15 minutes.
Over these next 10 minutes or so, what you're going to see is who's going to jump out at you. Martrell Spate once again is showing himself. Anthony Lanier, Tim Settle. We've seen different infield. Who else is going to do it?
Personal foul, double team block, 9 and 89. Return team, half the distance to the goal. First down.
Is it going to be Sean Dion Hamilton stepping up? Phil Taylor again. And the big thing, too, is get through the rest of this game healthy. Because these, I'm talking about Phil Taylor, not just those guys. Get through completely with everybody, but you've got guys that are backups. So Ryan Anderson. You've got guys that are going to be your backups on this football team, and you want to make sure they're going to be able to get through it with the experience they're getting an opportunity to play with.
Paxton Lynch now in at quarterback for the Broncos. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Lynch on 1st and 10 has his pass bounce away from Corey Brown. Paxton Lynch, first-round pick 2 seasons ago, 26th overall. Started 2 games as a rookie and then 2 again last year. Now number 3 on the depth chart.
He got hurt, and once you get hurt, you start losing time. Other people play, and coaches wind up putting somebody else in. Now, there's an unfortunate break. You know, White came back to make a play on the ball, bounced off his chest, and you wind up with an incompletion.
2nd and 10 from the 8-yard line. Out to the 13, it is Henderson. Martrell Spate, the tackle.
And, you know, Paxton, he's 6'7". He's a tall guy. He's got good feet. And Martrell, we talked about it. In every game that we've done, the games that we've done, and really the Jet game that I watched, the one we didn't do, Martrell late in the game, going hard, making plays.
His numbers last season. 3rd down and 5 for Denver. They empty the backfield. Lynch to the far side. It's Henderson, and he picks up a 1st down before he was brought down by Sean Dion Hamilton. Joe, terrific piece at halftime as the Redskins honor one of the newest Hall of Famers, Bobby Beathard, who was enshrined into the Pro Football Hall of Fame a couple of weeks ago, architect of 2 Redskins Super Bowl championship teams, the man who hired Joe Gibbs. And we heard what Charlie Casserly had to say about his tremendous skills as a talent evaluator. Well, congratulations to the 2 nominees to the Hall of Fame class of 2019 as contributors. It was announced yesterday. Gil Brandt, architect of some of the early Dallas Cowboy squads, and still does a terrific job evaluating talent in the media and on social media. And Pat Bowlen, the longtime owner of these Denver Broncos.
Long overdue. Mr. Bowlen is just, and Gil, both Pat and Gil have really been great contributors to the game of football. I still listen to Gil on the NFL Network. Still very attuned to what's going on. And of course, Mr. Bowlen has just, taken his franchise to another level. I mean, it was, he was the face of the franchise before John Elway got there. And, how often does that happen?
Remember when the Broncos won their first 2 Super Bowls, it was win one for John, and then when they won Super Bowl 50 a couple of years back, John Elway accepted the trophy, and he said, this one's for Pat.
That's right.
Both deserve it, both Gil Brandt and Pat Bowlen.
Talk about John Elway. I had a long talk with John before the game, and he's excited about this football team. He said, we're young, and you can see the amount of speed they have on there. I mean, you take a guy like Philip Lindsay, for example. You look at the burst out of the backfield and the kick return. He's enjoyed putting this football team together. And this is the first time in 3 years he's really had a quarterback starting in preseason that he knows going into the season is not going to be a young guy that's learning. He's got somebody with experience.
Right, they used 3 starters last year. So you never know when you're on camera.
Yeah, well, we were talking golf right there. John and I have played at the American Century Tournament together for a long time, and like I said, he really enjoys. It's funny. He said it's the business I know. It's the business I grew up around. It's something I enjoy tremendously. And last year he said we got off to a 3-1 start, and then everything went south. That's not much fun. But I think he's inspired about what's going to happen. Like he told me, he said, it's nice to have Alex out of the division. He's been a thorn in their side for quite a while.
Broncos finished 5-11 last year, and Vance Joseph's first season as head coach.
They were looking for running back, too. I mean, they had a problem in running the football a year ago.
Redskins beat the Broncos last December, 27-11. This is the first time the Redskins have hosted the Broncos in the preseason since the year before you came to the Redskins. 1973, the last time Denver traveled in the preseason to face the Redskins here in either D.C. or Maryland,
wherever they are.
They did face one another in the Hall of Fame game back in 2004 in Canton. Redskins will wrap up the preseason Thursday, just up the road in Baltimore.
We have an away game. We get to drive over to see the Ravens play, get a chance to see Robert Griffin III and Lamar Jackson play at the quarterback position.
Of course, no cuts until after the 4th preseason game. That was changed a couple of years ago.
And I think it makes it rough. I mean, if you're looking for somebody, if you're looking for a lineman or a back or someone, it's a problem because the cuts are so late. That was a nice job. Once again, you guys overrunning the tackle a little bit.
You go from 90 all the way down to 53, and then you can add 10 back on your practice squad.
You got a lot of guys out there that have to go out to waivers. I mean, the scouts, the scouting department, personnel department, going to spend a lot of sleepless nights for 3 or 4 days trying to evaluate people. I'm sure they have already, but you know, who's going to hit the market? I see a lot of teams around the league having depth problems at the offensive line.
Five and a half to play. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line for Lynch and the Broncos. Penalty marker. Joe, during our telecast 2 weeks ago against the Patriots, you talked about the first portion of the Redskins schedule. How about the middle part of the season?
Well, the middle part gets a little tougher. You know, you've got the Cowboys here, and then the Giants in New York, the Falcons, a playoff team, the Buccaneers. By that time, Jameis Winston will probably be back. And then the Texans. Texans, I think, are going to be a handful. I mean, you look at the quarterbacks, Dak Prescott, Eli Manning, Matt Ryan. We think possibly, you know, Jameis Winston's going to be back, and then Deshaun Watson. I mean, that's an array of really good football players and good football teams. I think it's important for Jay to get off to a good start. He hasn't won an opener in his tenure here. They're going out to Arizona. A lot of changes going on. It's one game that, you know, you look at games and say, you play Arizona, you play the Colts in the first 2 games. Colts aren't sure whether Andrew Luck is going to be able to be their quarterback. He looks like he's playing well, but doesn't have a lot around him. And you look at the Redskin team, and they have to feel like these are games that we should win. And I think everybody feels that way.
New head coach, new quarterback in Arizona. There's Adrian Peterson, the former Cardinal, behind Jay Gruden. Peterson will be the big story coming out of this game.
Absolutely.
Final score doesn't matter. Signed this week due to the injuries, and he rushes for 56 yards on 11 carries.
2.5 days of practice. Now, how much more will he be able to learn the offense? Now it's a question of game plan learning.
Up and it just shy of a first down is Jordan Leslie by Fish Smithson with under 4 to play. Check out the debut of the new Redskins Studio podcast next week. First on Tuesday, it's Riggo the Diesel featuring Hall of Famer John Riggins. On Wednesday, 26 minutes with the one and only Clinton Portis. Then on September 4th, the debut of the Alex Smith Report. Available on Redskins.com, the Redskins app, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Coming soon to iTunes and Google Play. Our next telecast Thursday from Baltimore. Redskins and Ravens.
Ravens expect to bounce back here. Joe Flacco's had a terrific camp. Everybody says that, you know, they brought in Lamar thinking that, well, at what point will Joe relinquish his crown? Really has been unchallenged in Baltimore for quite a few years. I don't think the presence of Lamar Jackson has really changed it the last couple years. Joe Flacco just hasn't been healthy. And now he has a chance to be healthy, have a good camp underneath him, and you see the results. Looks like the old Joe Flacco.
Remember, this drive started back at the 8-yard line. Broncos have controlled the ball for over 8 minutes. As that pass winds up incomplete. Mark Chapman, the rookie out of Central Michigan, unable to hold on.
Almost got it up in the air.
Prince Charles Iwara on the coverage for the Redskins.
Tried to keep it up. Got to work on a soccer kick.
Right. Call that the scissor kick, right?
I guess.
3rd down and 6. From the 16-yard line of the Redskins. Lynch to the end zone, and it's just out of the reach of Corey Brown. Our 4th quarter, 1st and 10 line, brought to you by Ticketmaster, the official ticketing partner of the Washington Redskins.
I really like the way Paxton Lynch throws the football. I'm rooting for the kid. I mean, he's got such a sweet, smooth delivery. It's like watching Dustin Johnson hit a golf ball. I mean, it's effortless. It looks so smooth, and then just a little bit off here, a little bit off there.
From the right hash, 34-yard attempt. So like Dustin Hopkins for the Redskins last week against the Jets, McManus is 5 for 5 tonight against the Redskins. Somebody's still having fun.
I can't do that. I definitely can't do that. No, I can do that. I can sit.
And you could read tweets.
And I can read tweets. I think they do have some work to do. But, you know, it's so hard to gauge this game because the game planning is mundane at best. I mean, it's pure vanilla. You're not trying to isolate individuals. You're just really trying to line up and run the football. We talked about Adrian Peterson. I mean, the guy's been here a couple of days. So how much offense can you put in for him? You know, how many RPOs can you run? What's the timing going to be like with Alex? What happens when Samanji Perine comes back? What happens with Rob Kelly? We've seen him just a little bit tonight in various situations. And we'll see what happens as we go. The game recap is brought to you by NightPoint, official cybersecurity partner of the Washington Redskins. And I guess you could say the star of the night for the Washington Redskins would be one Mr. number 26. No, not the one without a uniform on the sidelines. Adrian Peterson would be one, and Alex Smith. Not a stellar night, not a lot of work, a pretty vanilla offense. And, of course, Kevin Hogan going 3 for 3 with 64 yards and the touchdown, and now he has a chance to try and go again.
1st and 10, 25-yard line for Hogan and the Redskins. Under pressure. And Hogan will pick up the 1st down.
I had Clinton, I got a question for you. What qualities did you possess, and what qualities do you see in AP that make for a great running back?
Well, before I give you that answer, Hogan is a lot faster than you were ever, Joe. All right, that's first off. But when you look at AP...
Thank you for making that observation, especially now.
Listen, when you look at AP's running style, what's been missing is a guy who really explodes upon getting the ball. The other backs kind of hesitate and take a moment as we see Capri Bibbs bust out. The other backs kind of hesitate in that moment of hesitation. You cause people to get to your feet in the backfield. What AP did great tonight was take off running, get down here, square up his shoulders, and take it to the secondary. Our running backs haven't been doing that. Like you said, 2 days. In 2 days, well, I'll take it back up to you guys.
As we hit the 2-minute warning, we'll check back with Clinton as Bibbs ran for 38. Clinton busted into some play-by-play. How about that?
He does it all.
Washington Redskins preseason football has been brought to you in part by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Washington Redskins. By FedEx, helping deliver global commerce. Bud Light, game day's favorite light lager. And by the Inova Shar Cancer Institute, which is building the future of personalized care in the nation's capital. Learn more at inova.org/cancer. Following the 2-minute warning, Adrian Peterson watching from the sidelines. I guess Clinton already took his jersey.
Yeah, for sure. He was going to wait till he got to the locker room, but obviously didn't want to.
From the 26, Hogan has his pass broken up. There is a flag. Kinsey, the intended receiver.
Clinton, you were talking about, you know, the running back position and guys hesitating a little bit.
Yeah, as I was saying, guys were hesitating. AP comes in for 2 days. In 2 days, he's already the starting back for the Washington Redskins. He came out and played like a starter. I think the other guys, they had an opportunity. You gave them guys every opportunity. All of a sudden, you let a 33-year-old man come in, a future Hall of Famer, come in and show you how it's done.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a future Hall of Famer. It's not like you had somebody just come in off the street. The other thing is, don't you think he's going to be a great influence on those young guys?
Yes, I think he will. I mean, as you can see with Capri Bibbs bursting a long run, you get flashes from other guys. I think that's what Geis brought to this locker room, showing that recklessness, being able to run with no fear, just downhill full speed. That's what Geis brought to this team, and that's what AP brings to this team.
And ironically, it was the injury to Geis, the injury to Pirine that led to the signing of Adrian Peterson. Over 12,000 career yards, 99 rushing touchdowns, 7 Pro Bowls, 51 100-yard games throughout his career.
Had Jamal Charles in here, whom we know Alex played with in Kansas City.
Right, Orleans Darkwood, the ex-Giant.
Yep, who had 150-some-odd yards against us last year. But, you know, both of those backs, to me, didn't fit as well as what the role is that Adrian Peterson's going to play in this offense as we see going forward.
Hogan on second down, complete to Bibbs. Bibbs down at the 25. A minute, 35 seconds remaining. Our player of the game brought to you by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Washington Redskins.
Would there be anybody else? I mean, Adrian Peterson at the ripe old age of 33, a young 33, managing to rip off a big 15-yarder and average 5 yards a carry. I just thought he looked like himself. I mean, that's the kind of football player he is. He knew he was in shape. Trent Williams was one of those guys that said, don't doubt him.
They go back a long way. Business partners as well. Hogan to the end zone. Matt Flanagan, the intended receiver. Flag was thrown at the end of the play.
Prior to the pass, holding number 52, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
I thought Walt was going to jump for that one. Looked like he was headed. He was just going to take off and leap in the air.
He had other ideas.
Yeah. Let it go over my head. Another opportunity to put some points on the board.
Final minute, fourth quarter.
Redskins all 3 timeouts.
They've reached the end zone once tonight from the 20 on first down. Pass is caught inside the 15-yard line. Shea Fields, the rookie out of Colorado.
Every play is vital to these guys because it's something to be put on film, and someone, if not the Redskins to continue, if you don't make this team, it's okay. There's 31 other teams out there that might be looking for somebody that you might fill the role for.
Time now for our FedEx play of the game.
Kevin Hogan's got to get this one. It's the only touchdown that the Redskins have been able to put on the board. Nice little pass down. There he is, Sammy Cobbs Jr. making the play. Looking for another one here.
Brought to you by FedEx, helping deliver global commerce. Second down and 4. Hogan's pass could not be handled by Darvin Kinsey.
Got that one behind him a little bit. Kinsey out of Texas Southern.
Final preseason game 6 days from now.
You know, it's amazing. You look at this game, you got 2 Mr. Irrelevants. But Trey Quinn, oh, by the way, led the nation in receptions last year with 114, even though he was Mr. Irrelevant.
From the 14-yard line, 3rd down and 5 as Hogan takes off. And then he is brought down by Quentin McDonald, a 9-year vet.
All he saw was the end zone.
He did.
I promise you. All I saw was the end zone for him.
Washington, 30-second timeout.
Redskins use their 2nd timeout.
Hogan can't believe it. I mean, he has got space in front of him. Watch this open up as he steps up. He believes he's got an opportunity, and then all of a sudden, get your ankles grabbed. Look at that. Nothing out in front of him. Would have at least picked up the 1st down.
So it is now 4th down and 3. 42 seconds remaining, 4th quarter. Hogan throws over the middle. The Redskins move the chains. It's Shea Fields with his 2nd reception. A 1st down for Washington, and they use their 3rd and final timeout.
3rd and final team timeout. Washington, 30-second timeout.
You know what I like? Little things. I love watching little things in the game. When Shea Fields hits the ground and gets tackled, he flips the ball to the official. You know, always you're saving time. That tells me he's a heady football player. Watch, he comes from the left side of the screen, gets tackled. Watch what he does with the football. He's down, find the official, get him the football so that he can mark it right away. Little things like that, to me, stand out. You know, you're talking seconds. That's the most important thing in this situation is time. And you have to save it for your quarterback.
Down to 35 seconds remaining. 1st and goal from the 9. Redskins have used all of their timeouts. Hogan throws, and it's incomplete. Too high for Flanagan.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, number 28, defense. Half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
And you're right, Joe, despite the score, every play so important to all 22 guys on the field looking to win a job, either with the Redskins, Broncos, or elsewhere.
And Kevin Hogan on that one has a wide open receiver and just is in a hurry to get it to him. You know, a lot of times when you rush things, the ball just takes off on you.
1st and goal from the Denver 4. Hogan to the end zone for a Redskins touchdown. Darvin Kinsey, 2nd TD throw of the quarter for Kevin Hogan.
Now that's a play, even though it's basically the 3rd team out there, you get yourself a formation. It's one of your goal line plays. It's one of those red zone plays you run. It's a sprint out to the right. You have the chance to be able to make a play. It's what the other guys are doing inside the play, trying to make little moves inside, getting a receiver out into the flat.
Redskins with touchdowns on back-to-back possessions here in the 4th.
That's right. Keep the football. Absolutely.
Hopkins connects. It's now 29-17 Broncos, 25 seconds remaining.
Nice job, sprint. Now, good job by the offensive line sealing up front. You get in the end zone. Put a nice touch on it so that Kinsey can turn around and make the play. There you go. Put the ball away. That's mine. Get it all painted up.
Redskins Ravens next Thursday, 7:30 from Baltimore. How about Kevin Hogan, Joe, here in the fourth quarter? 7 of 9, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns, a QB rating of 147.
You want to see that. I mean, it's, you know, that's what you're looking for. Opportunities to be able to sort of stand out when everybody else is, when the second and third team guys are out there. You want to be able to stand out. I thought he managed the game well. I think shaking his head, you know, he had the one opportunity he knows get away in the flat. Visit with Alex. Of course, one of the big questions is how is Colt McCoy's thumb? That got bent back. Obviously, Kevin Hogan went in. Didn't know if he was scheduled to play as early as he was, and hopefully Colt will be okay.
Lynch will take a knee. That will do it. So the Broncos win for the first time in the preseason after losing their first 2. Redskins dropped to 1-2, but they scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. Fall to the Broncos 29-17. So 1 preseason game remaining for both teams. Redskins in Baltimore next Thursday. Broncos will face the Cardinals in Arizona next Thursday night. Adrian Peterson and Von Miller. Thanks to our statistician, Marty Aronoff, our spotter, David Slotty. Great job by our entire crew, led by producer Rich Wolf, director Bill Bell. Back in a moment.